I know full well you've seen this. Need for Speed Heat Studio has released a new car set for us to customize. This is not one of the new ones. This is one of the ones from the last drop, the first drop, where in fact they added a bunch of the new cars that we haven't actually seen in Need for Speed before, so I'm going to save that customization right there. Drop number one saw the Polestar one as well as the BMW i8, but we're not jumping on that one today because I'm pretty sure you guys have already had the opportunity to jump in yourself because it is a free app to check out. But today I'm going to jump into drop number 2, which includes the Audi R8 V10 Coupe, and the only reason I actually really care about that is because it's the new one and I don't like it. I wanted to jump in and change this up a little bit because I'm not going to lie to you, I've already experimented with this a little bit, so we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you exactly what I am chatting about. Front bumper customization always comes first. If it doesn't, you're doing something wrong. Anyway, let's change the front bumper. That means you can then get an idea of the split and stuff. This is disgusting. Realistically, it makes it look worse. Why would anyone do that? And then this option right here, the Need for Speed one, is pretty darn sweet. I think I like this one a lot, but as you may not or may not know, this is the facelifted version of the R8 V10. If we go back, this is the original one, and it looks so much better still to me. Maybe I'm an old boy, but I think this looks better. And if you look closely, I figured this out. Nothing of this changes. It's not the hood that has the holes in it. It is literally the bumper. Nothing of this changes. It's literally... You could probably... I've found out for the Audi owners, if you buy the old one and you really like the new one, put the bumper on, you saved yourself a whole lot of money. You're welcome. Finding out on an app. Thanks Audi for allowing EA to do this. They're probably not going to let them do it in the next game now. Anyway, carrying on, I'm going to go with the Need for Speed option, and then we're going to choose a nice aggressive splitter as well, as we do here. I think I'm going to go with this carbon option here, which is, funnily enough, it's actually carbon. Then we can change the lights. I'm not sure what color we're going to go with yet, so we're going to keep the lights as they are. Wide body on the Audi R8. This makes the splitter wider too. So that's something I've noticed. If you notice the parts, yes, there are a few. Let's say there's 10 splitters. But realistically, they've got to shape them to fit every single option of, say, this. Which is really odd to me. It's really odd. Of course, the side skirts, we can go back to the original as well. But the amount of customization, so in one part, there's probably 4 or 5 different iterations of it to fit everything. And that shows why. Some cars feel like there isn't much, but they've got to make it fit everything, and that's a lot of effort. There we go. Let's go with the wide boys there, the more molded look. That's how I prefer. Tail lights. I like to keep a little bit of color, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. We'll save the license plate for after. This is the wings. I'm going to wait and do the rear bumper first because I feel like I'll get a lot more options out of that. We can change it back to... That's so much better. That's so much better. Would you actually be able to retrofit this as well? Yeah, I'm not sure if you could retrofit this. This looks like... it'd be easier to tell if we remove the side skirts, but it looks like that the rear bumper you'll be able to retrofit. So if you prefer the back and you like the front of the old one, you can switch through it. I definitely prefer the old look. I say the old look. It's not even old. It's like a year old. They changed it after like a blooming year. Anyway, we've got a couple of options for Need for Speed as well. And we're going with the Need for Speed options back to the diffusers. I don't know. It just looks a lot more grown up, this option. I don't know why. This is a big boy. I did see a bigger... We're going with the Need for Speed diffuser. Need for Speed needs to make officially branded parts. If I had an Audi R8, I would go to EA and be like, look, can you please just give me the schematics at least? I think we're going to go with the big lip. I've had a thing for these huge drag lips for a little while now. That looks absolutely magnificent, so we're going to go with that spoiler right there. Skip on to the exhausts, which already looked pretty awesome as they were. Can we make them look even better? I sure hope so. These are looking pretty sweet. I'm going to go with these. They just look like they should have come like that from the factory. Now, we've spoken about this in a video previously. BBS has returned to Need for Speed, so we're actually going to put on some BBS ones. These are probably the most popular BBS viewers you've ever seen, but when it comes to modern cars like this, they don't really suit it that well. So we're going to go with possibly, let's go with this option right here, and I'm going to do the same for the front, because if I don't do it now, I will definitely forget, because once again, it seems like they're struggling to realize that people want to have the same wheels on the front and the rear. Hopefully they've sought that for the actual full game, because it seems so much effort. So much effort. Now, another cool thing about the new wheels, if we go and turn the brightness down, I want them to be black. And a bit of color if you want. You can do specifications based on what material you want and stuff. So you could do carbon fiber wheels if you want to. It's hard to kind of demo that because realistically you can't see it as much from a distance, but hey, if you were up close and personal with the car, you could. So I'm gonna go with maybe non-metallic paint, and can we do a color shift? Oh, that's like an oil effect. That is awesome. And then we can do satin as well if we want to, which is also new, or a matte. I'm actually going to go with satin for wheels. Makes sense, because normally you powder coat them and it would be matte, and then you can put a gloss over it. I like the matte. I think it looks pretty sweet. Or is it the other way around? Should probably have researched that. That's something I know that the app does do. If you go over to the other wheel, you can apply the paint changes to the wheels much easier, which is at least a step. Thank you, Ghost. At least you're trying. So again, next step, we've done the rims themselves. We now need to move on and do the tires. Now, I think I'm going to be pretty basic and go with some Speed Hunters ones. But if we actually scroll further down, we should have... Oh, these look like proper like track slash road tires, ones that you would see. Look how thin these rear wheels are. There's something that's the issue we have. I know a lot of people are complaining about the fact that they want the wheels to fit better. I don't care. I just want them to be, if you fit wide arches, you don't put the same wheels on but further out with spacers, do you? No, you put wider tires on. So Ghost, that needs to be an option. Let us choose the tire thickness. You don't even have to see the mechanics under the car to see it's working properly. Anywho, so I'm going to go with these Speed Hunters tires right here. And something I noticed again last time, I'm pretty sure the Audi has brakes on it as a standard. Where the hell are the brakes? There's the brake disc, but there's no brakes on it. Whatever. We'll go on to putting the calipers on. Let's put Stop Tech on. Nice yellow calipers there on the fronts here. Then go back to the tires, and I'll set these all the exact same as the rear. Wing mirrors is the next. Oh, those Need for Speed ones, the modern looking boys. They look really good, and that's exactly what we're going to go for on the wing mirrors. And then we got the hood customizations, which I also appreciate. A nice vent in the middle, making it that much more aggressive, very nice and subtle. And side vents, which also look awesome, but not a combination of the two, which is rather unfortunate because I like both those options there. And we're done. There we go. I'm very happy with how the visuals on this came out. Just unlocked a new secret car. Really? I think it's just realized that for some reason it put me back into level 1. I was originally using my phone to customize these things, and I switched to the iPad, and for some reason it didn't move my stuff across. Anyway, we're not done with this car just yet. We need to slam it to the ground. I say slam it, just lower it a little bit. That front fitment, again, it could be a little bit further out. It's kind of the point of the wide arches, but in terms of height, that's really good. And in the rear, it's acceptable. I'll say it's acceptable. Okay. I know I don't want to be one of those that complains about this, but because it's not a big deal in the scheme of things. The handling is more important, but realistically, come on. I know we've got bags which fit it a little bit better, but you know, I'd like to see a little bit more effort put into the size of the tires and stuff. That would be super nice. Maybe even make it a performance option. Right, I went into the rapid editor by accident, but we're going to the paint. I think what we're going to first do, because I like to see all the colors properly, I'm going to put a bit of a window tint on there, and then the specification, I'm actually going to put on one of those color shift. Oh, that is beautiful. We're going with that color shift right there. I'm not making another blue car because I'm obsessed. I'm not making another red car because I'm obsessed. We're going to have a look and see what we can come up with. Ooh, actually, if we go to change this a little bit. Brushed aluminum, if you're American. Aluminium. I guess satin metal is a pretty nice color there. I kind of want to go for a yellow. I don't know. That seems a little bit aggressive. Too aggressive. There you go. That looks like that BMW, what would you call it? Wee yellow. I don't think there's another way to describe how that BMW colour looks. And I also realised on the wheels... Ah, no, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what's gone on here, but for some reason my wheel just went like that. I don't know exactly now. Anyway, paint colour 2 is what I wanted to customise, because you can, again, customise that a little bit. Let's see, where does that actually... Oh! I think I go for the red, because it contrasts the colour a little bit. And I know for a fact that we can also put the colour shift on here too. A bit of a chameleon. That is awesome. Yes, that's going on. And if we go to the front shoulder, we can, yes, have the option to move it across. Very nice indeed. And now it's time for the wrap editor. Now, the main reason I was told about this app coming to fruition, they were working on the idea of an app, and I'm grateful that they've done it, because the main reason I like this app is I know full well I'm not great at the livery stuff, but I know that when it comes to putting liveries on a car, a touchscreen just makes more sense to me. It makes so much more sense that it just fits better. You can control the options a lot easier, and so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. Metallic, rough. We can actually play with transparency as well now, which is awesome. Yes! Cheeky pants logo. Now, just so you know, if you try to use two hands on this app a lot, it just kind of, it freaks out. So when you're doing multi-touch, make sure you just use one singular hand, or just the two thumbs every now and again. But there you go. You can see a bit more precise with it. I'm not great with the controller layout on this game when it comes to livery editing, but when it comes to this, it just makes so much more sense. Anyway, that's the R8. I think it looks pretty sweet. I can't wait to customize it even more in the actual game. Again, of all the cars available here, there isn't much new. Everything on this page was already in the previous game. Obviously, the BMW M2 is the competition version. The Audi R8 is the new facelifted version. And the Jaguar, I believe you can remove the roof. But other than that, I think it's the Jag. Anyway, the BMW M2, I would just want to try, because we tried the Audi already and we could swap on the old bumper. Let's see if that's still the case with the BMW M2 competition. Now, straight away, I think... Oh, no. Oh, wait, you can change the grille? Oh, nice. You can make it a gloss grille. Or is that chrome? Why would you want... No. No. Why is that an option? Front bumper is always the Need for Speed one. Is that a new part or is that the old one? I actually don't remember, but it's funny. If this is the one from the original M2 that they had in the game, it's interesting because of the fact that they thought of the style of the new one before they did themselves over at BMW. So anyway, I'm going to stay with the standard front bumper because it's already nice and aggressive. We're going to put a nice Need for Speed splitter on, I think, because or a carbon, because it kind of molded pretty nicely there. Headlights, we'll go with the blue. I'm going to fly through this one, as I said. I don't want to massively put too much effort in this one because, oh, hang on. Is that a new part? I don't remember having a bolt-on wide body for the M2. They may have added new parts. They do have a tight kind of partnership with BMW, which is always super cool. And the lights, a little bit of red on there. The roof. Roof? What? That ain't no roof customization. But I like it. I'm going to stick with those right there. I didn't know you could do that. Again, it may have been a thing in the last game, but I didn't really pay attention to the M2 because, again, it was a car that was already there. But since they've added some new parts, I definitely want to try playing around. There's the spoiler we're going to go for. It looks like an M5 badge on the back. Why show me the craziest stuff first? It's not going to... I'm not going to... There's no rear bumper customization. Maybe because I've got a massive diffuser on the back. Why show me the best ones first? Because then I'm obviously not going to scroll through the rest of them, am I? But I think... Other than that, we're pretty much done with the M2 competition. So, oh, hang on, this hood. That reminds me of the pig nose on the old Need for Speed Underground 2 game that we're playing on a Let's Play, actually. So there we go. The M2 competition. In a very basic, short customization from the Pantsman G. Oh, that fitment looks amazing. See, that's perfect. I wonder if they're still working on the fitment. Maybe they are, because that looks... really good. Anyway, up until the release, I believe we're going to get quite a few more drops. So if you want to stay up to date on those, be sure to subscribe on the channel. Let me know if you want to see me do the i8 and the Polestar. Maybe I'll do those, but maybe I might save them to the game because we know for a fact both of those cars have better kits in the main game. Anyway, Be sure to smash like, subscribe if you are new, and share your creations with me on Twitter. And obviously use the pants logo. I'll appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Peace.